Well, happy 2018, and it is going to be one awesome year. And, this is the beginning of the rest of our life, but I think it's going to be one of the greatest years overall that we've ever had in our lifetime in many, many ways. And we just finished last night after midnight our annual New Year's conference when we seek the Lord for a word for the coming year, and we have different speakers come in that we think have a important message for the coming year. And it was off the charts. I was going to try to do some rants while over there, but I just couldn't. There were too many people that I need to talk to, wanted to talk to, and so love these gatherings. But if you were there, thank you so much for coming. I think you will agree right away. Some of our staff start saying this may have been the best yet. And we have had some awesome New Year's conferences, but convocations, but it was off the charts, and I think that's where we're going. Remember Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond? It's like the heavens are open. There's no limit. How far do we want to go? How high do we want to go? And I'm so thankful for 2017. It was one of my best years yet personally, even though at the same time I endured the worst pain I've ever had in my life around my leg and foot, and I had a knee replacement, and they tried to straighten out my leg while they were in there. They said I was a little bow-legged. Well, it threw off some bones in my foot, and I had no idea your foot could cause that much pain. I never felt like it. And they said the knee would be the worst pain you've ever felt in your life or could feel. Well, the foot is way worse. But at the same time, I was having the greatest encounters with the Lord. And I had some of the greatest I've ever had in my life this past 2017. And I've had some great ones. I've had some awesome ones. And most of you have read some of the books that came from those, The Final Quest and The Call and The Torch and the Sword and The Path and others. But this year, it was just on a whole new level. I feel like 2018, we're going further and deeper. I've got a whole lot of this year set up aside to be able to write these down and share them with you. And I think they are going to be a real blessing to many, and also a word for many, direction for many, and clarity. And the path of the righteous gets brighter and brighter until the full day. If we're on the right path, every day should get brighter. Every step we take should get brighter. And we need to be on that path. You can be on that path right now, today. And every day from now on, just get brighter for you. It doesn't mean you won't have troubles. It doesn't mean you won't have trials and things like that, but you'll have clarity in them. If we really understand our trials, they're doorways to the kingdom. That's what Paul the Apostle said in Acts 14:22. Through many tribulations shall we enter the kingdom. In every tribulation or trial, there's a gateway to the kingdom. I think 2018, that gate opened much wider. I think 2019, it's going to increase. 2020, we're going to be going at light speed. And, you feel it building. It's just going to be awesome, an awesome ride. This is what we've lived for. And, but there, I want to focus this year. I want to get a whole lot more focused in my rants. And, I do have a calling to be able to understand and address current events. I will continue to do that. But my focus more and more has been the kingdom. And even when I was, really engaged in what was unfolding in our elections and things like that, I was still only spending maybe 10% of my time on the natural. And, but it was something I was called to speak about. It was a time for it. And I am so thankful for what's happening in our country, many other countries. I know many are in serious crisis right now. God has answers for every one of them. Every one of those crises can be a gateway to the kingdom for that country. They need to be illuminated. The gateways to the kingdom need to be illuminated. I think Israel is going to come. Israel is coming into one of its most prosperous times. And you just feel the encouragement rising in the nation of Israel. But I think it's going to increase, and they're going to fall in love with their Messiah. They're going to know their Messiah and fall in love with him. And I think then get really connected to their purpose. And a lot of that has to do with us. A lot of that has to do with us. And the Lord showed me 30-some years ago that just as he sent Paul to the Gentiles, sent Jews to the Gentiles to lead us to Christ, at the end he's going to send Gentiles to the Jews. And to check this out, now this is decades ago, I was speaking at the home synagogue of one of the great messianic movements in the world, really one of the great big ones, and had many different messianic synagogues around. And I just asked them in the meetings I was in, how many Jews here met the Lord through the witness of another Jew, including Messianic Jews? I estimate 10 to 15% maximum. All the rest were led to the Lord by Gentiles. And I think the Jews are going to help lead the nations back to the Lord, but the Gentiles are going to help lead the Jews to the Lord and to their purpose. We really need to understand Israel's purpose. I'm talking about Israel, natural Israel, that land over in the Middle East, that promised land of the Jews, and them. And I think we've got to be engaged in that. And I think that's going to a new level this year. And without all of the frivolous idealism and extremes that have gone with that. You don't have to be a Jew, to reach the Jews. And matter of fact, you lose your credibility and I think the respect of the Jews when you're a Gentile trying to be a Jew. I'm just saying, don't do that. It's ridiculous. You look ridiculous to Jews and Gentiles. We need to be thankful for who God made us as we are, not try to be something God did not make us. If he made you a Jew, be thankful for that. If he made you a Gentile, be thankful for that. But whether you're a Jew or Gentile doesn't matter. It's not even a fraction of a percent of what matters in our life once we grasp the new creation. The new creation is first generation to God. Any earthly genealogy is not going to make a difference. That's why Paul the Apostle, who was a Jew of Jews, Pharisee of Pharisees, he talked about all the things that he could be proud about. He said they did not even matter as much as dung to him because he had grasped the new creation. So that's what I think we're going to start seeing, the new creation. We're going to start seeing the kingdom. We're going to start preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and it is good news, not bad news, and get serious traction this year. Really serious traction. The body of Christ is going to start becoming the body of Christ. You're going to see the temple of the Lord being rebuilt, and the Lord promised that the rebuilt temple of the Lord, which is his church now, is going to have a greater glory than the former. I'm just saying it. and we may look at the temple itself may be inferior to the first. Now, I'm speaking of the first being the first century temple that I believe has been torn down over the ages, needs to be rebuilt, restored. And that's how, I think actually the main thing that is going on in the world today. But it may be an inferior temple to the first century temple. Who cares? It's going to have a greater glory. I want to see the glory. Don't you want to see his glory? The glory of the Lord in his temple, in his people. And, you feel it. Excuse me, those are my dogs, and we have a guest dog with us now, a big old pit bull that anyway, I'm kind of overflowing with encouragement and vision for 2018 and how awesome this year is going to be, how awesome 2017 was, but I know it's going up. It's going up. Your life can go up. You're called to go up, not down. Until we're truly seated with him in the heavenly places where heaven is our home, and we're more at home with him in the heavenly realm, in the spiritual realm, than we are in this natural realm. Already the prophetic is ratcheting up on a serious level right now, and you just feel, God speaking again to his people in dramatic and bold ways. Revivals breaking out. People are getting saved. It's going to increase in 2018. No question we'll have challenges. Let's look at them right now. Every challenge as an opportunity and a gateway to the kingdom. Every single one of them, in our personal lives, in our country, in our cities, in our churches, in our families. It's right now determined, as James said, consider it all joy when you encounter various trials. They're a gateway to the kingdom. Peter said the testing of our faith is more valuable than gold. If you got a big pile of gold now, would you be happy? Do we get that happy when we get a big pile of trials? Yeah, we should. If we really saw with our spiritual eyes, we would get happy with those trials. The thing is, he always leads us in victory. Sometimes we don't always follow him, but he will always lead us in victory. Let's see the victory this year. So I'm praying this year will be the best year of your life yet. And it won't be the best year of your life because next year's going to get even better. But where you look back at the end of 2018 and you see these three things, you're closer to God. You love him more. And you're seeking him more than you ever have in your life, which means you're just going to keep getting closer. Because he promises, if we seek him, we will find him. If we draw near to him, he will draw near to us. And there is nothing in this realm, in the whole universe, in all of creation, more valuable than friendship with God. Getting close to him, knowing him. One word from God is worth more than all the treasure on the earth. And he wants to speak to you. And he doesn't want to just do it every day. He wants to give us fresh manna from heaven every day. So get some every day. Resolve that you're going to be like those, going on the way to their promised land. They got up every day, and first thing every day, they gathered something fresh from heaven. We've got to be the same way. So that freshness, may it be in your life. May it be the compelling drive of your life. And there's fresh bread from heaven. Have you ever smelled anything that smells better than fresh bread baking? That's what our lives should be like. An aroma of the knowledge of God in every place we go. May that be your blessing this year. Thank you for joining me for this rant. It's going to be one awesome ride 2018. Thank you.